Hello everybody, it's been some while since I've posted a video, but here comes a short one with a bit of an update. My name's still John, and you're welcome back to my workshop. This is my latest acquisition. It's XJ12 300 mini mill from Amadeel in London. It's the so-called top of the range because it's got a digital readout and a gas strut fitted as standard. It's a belt drive, two selectable speeds. It has variable speed, and as I said, there's a DRO fitted, or it comes with a DRO as standard fitment on this kit. It measures some, well, let's get a tape measure. Estimating what have you. The table itself is 48 centimetres by 111 millimetres, that is, and has a travel somewhere in between that. Comes as standard, this one with an R8 spindle with a drill chuck as standard. I have on order an ER25 chuck to hold milling cutters, but that slow boat from China has yet to arrive. I've not cleaned it up yet, so I'm not mounting anything on it, but it did come in my case with a 3-inch machine vise. It's on a swivel. I'm not decided yet whether I'm going to keep the swivel or just mount the vise onto the table. I think that's probably the latter case will be what I end up doing. However, that's a brief overview, and if I can think of anything else to tell you of interest, I will do. This, as you can see, is the rear view of the mill. I've got the DRO mounted on the side. It's in a 3D printed box with a bracket here, temporarily secured to the back and the side with some very strong adhesive strips. It's well, you can see that moving, but it's not very rigid, so this being the prototype, that's not surprising. I'm going to extend this so that there's a bridging plate there. I don't think you saw that. There's a bridging plate between the mount there and this one to stop movement in pretty much every direction. And unfortunately it's got these aviation type plugs, so I don't know how they terminate. I'm going to have to investigate and do a bit of research on those, because I go around the front, the display is there. Not what I hoped it would be, and I switch it on. I'll come back in a minute and do that. There it is, switched on. The frame rate makes it look as if they're flickering, but in actual life, or in actual life, they're steady as a rock. Let me give a bit of a twiddle. You can see the X moves. Oh, there's another reason why I need to put a strengthening piece on there, because it flexes too much when you press the 0. Why? I suppose we're going to give Z a twiddle as well. There we go. I haven't checked the accuracy, but I've no reason to suspect that they're not as accurate as they look. I'm very pleased with the these are the magnetic reed heads. Oh, no, that's not, that's the mounting, that's the magnetic reed head here, and that's my thumb. So as you can see there, only about 10, 20, 30 by 25 maybe, about I'd say 12 or 15 mil thick, so they're pretty midget. And there's the magnetic strip running down the side. All in all, that's not bad, but if I can get them to terminate with 9-pin DIN plugs, I'll get one of the whizzy uppy D80 displays off AliExpress or wherever, and fit that, and then I'll have PCD function, half function, and all the other bells and whistles that go with that display. But there we are. It's wired in, albeit temporarily mounted. I'll redo the mount and get some more stiffness into it, and then when I've got that perfected, I'll drill holes and mount it with bolts rather than sticky tape. So hey ho. It's now the next day, and in the meantime I've redesigned and printed off the reinforced bracket for the DRO display. I'm about to mount it on the side and replace the existing one. I've actually provided holes in here for screws, but I've decided that as I'm going to replace the DRO, if not straight away, eventually, I'm not going to screw this to the mill. I'm going to use the same high grip double-sided, well, it's not really tape, it's a jelly, but it's in the form of a tape, and it sticks really, really well. So that's what I'm about to do. Just thought I'd quickly bring you back to have a look at the new mount on the column for the DRO display. It's considerably more stiff, as you can see. Well, the mill's not bolted down to the bench yet, and if I push on the top of the display, the whole shooting match moves, so that's a lot better. And just to reiterate, it's just held on by this sticky, gooey 3D Scotch tape, which I find very useful for gluing all sorts of things together, albeit temporarily. So there we are, the 3 axes move. As does the DRO display. I haven't checked it for accuracy with a gauge or anything like that. That's for another day. Anyway, I was going to wrap this up now, and when I've done some more fiddling about with it and the chuck's arrived and I start cutting some metal, I'll maybe do another video. So for the moment, if you have been, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time. Bye for now.